No headlines, no official reports, just a few clues found buried in secret files. An operation so dangerous but never existed on paper. Yet its consequences shaped the Middle East for decades. What was Mossad really after in Yemen? And why was it hidden from the world? Keep watching, because the story that is about to unfold will surely leave you stunned. Yemen, a country torn apart by years of war. And in the middle of all that, there was one man whose name never made the news, but whose actions reached from Tehran to Tel Aviv, Mohammed Abdal Karim Al-Ghamari. To his followers, he was a commander of faith. To his enemies, he was a strategist who turned an isolated militia into a regional threat. He wasn't just another rebel. He was the link between Yemen's Houthi fighters and Iran's military network. He organized a force that could fire missiles across the Red Sea. Every attack that rattled trade routes and pushed oil prices higher carried his mark. Nearly 12% of the world's trade passes through those narrow waters. Each drone strike, each missile launch pushed global commerce closer to collapse. Behind everything was one man quietly orchestrating. By the end of 2024, things had reached a breaking point. Missiles fired from Yemen almost hit Israeli territory. And that was all the proof Israel needed that this had gone too far. What followed was a manhunt that stretched across borders in secret. At first, Mossad and Israeli military intelligence tried conventional tactics, intercepting communications, mapping safe houses, tracing funding channels. But Al-Ghamari was trained by the best. His years in Lebanon and Iran had turned him into a master of deception. He used couriers instead of phones. He traveled with decoy convoys. He wore tribal disguises. Every move was unpredictable. By June 2025, the first assassination attempt was launched. An airstrike targeted a building near Sada, where they believed he was hiding. The explosion lit up the night sky, but Al-Ghamari slipped away, wounded but alive. For Mossad, that failure stung deeply. For Al-Ghamari, it was the moment he knew that the hunt was real, and his enemy wouldn't stop until he was gone, so he went underground. Paranoia became his shadow. He moved every night, trusted no one, and communicated only face to face. He believed his silence could save him, but silence is exactly what Mossad listens for. In a hidden operations room in Tel Aviv, the Elite Signals Intelligence Unit, Unit 8200, was quietly building a digital map of Yemen's communication web, millions of signals, billions of bytes. Somewhere in that noise, they believed, Al-Ghamari still whispered. Weeks of listening passed. Then a flicker. A sudden burst of signals appeared in a residential area of Sana'a. Not a military base, not a command post. It was odd, informal, almost social. Mossad's spies in the city confirmed a rumor, a private gathering of Houthi commanders. That tiny window of carelessness was all they needed. From that moment, things happened swiftly. Recon drones were sent out, quiet, unseen, watching from high above Sana'a's skyline. Infrared imaging confirmed unusual foot traffic at the house. Vehicles with tinted windows arrived and left in rotation. The net was tightening. Inside Israeli command, the operation had a new name, Desert Hammer. Its objective? Eliminate the target in one clean strike, minimal collateral damage, no international fallout. The decision to proceed required authorization from the highest level, the defense minister, the prime minister, and Mossad's director. Everyone understood the stakes. This wasn't just about one man. It wasn't just about one target. It was about sending a message to the Houthis, to Iran, and to anyone watching the Red Sea. In the early hours of August 28, 2025, while Sana'a slept, the signal was given. Somewhere over the Arabian desert, a faint blip appeared on a radar. Target found. No one outside a small circle will ever know if it came from a drone, a jet, or something launched deep from the sea. People nearby said they first heard a faint hum, like a metal insect cutting through the dark. Then came the blast. The explosion ripped across the neighborhood, glass flying as fire lit up the night. The building, full of voices and laughter, was gone in seconds. And when the smoke cleared, the truth slowly came into view. Mohammed Abdal Karim Al-Ghamari was dead, and along with him, several senior Houthi commanders too. This wasn't luck, this was precision at its best. But war never ends cleanly. Among the casualties was a child, Al-Ghamari's young son. His death became a reminder that everything has a price. By morning, Sana'a was drowning in grief. Families filled the streets, carrying what was left of their loved ones. The Houthis called for a funeral, and the city moved as one, angry and heartbroken. Portraits of Al-Ghamari were carried as they chanted revenge. Houthi leaders appeared on TV, promising payback. Iranian voices online called it a Zionist American act of war. But behind closed doors, diplomats across the world quietly exhaled. For Israel, it was a silent victory. No statement, no acknowledgement, no flag raised. They felt a quiet satisfaction. A key link in Iran's proxy network had been cut. Yet victory in the Middle East is never absolute. Within days, new commanders stepped in to fill Al-Ghamari's place. His death disrupted their coordination, but it didn't kill their cause. In the Red Sea, new drones still buzzed, missiles still launched. The shadow war continued. Everyone understood what Desert Hammer really meant. Israel's reach had no limits. Wherever you are, if Mossad wanted you gone, it would find a way. The world argued over it. Some said it was justice. Others called it murder. Was it defense? Or a country crossing the line? No one could agree, but everyone was talking. Western leaders stood at podiums, reading statements about peace and restraint. Behind the scenes, though, they weren't exactly upset, because every ship that passed safely through the Bab el-Mandeb after that night said more than any press release ever could in Tehran. The story took a different shape. Al-Ghamari's face showed up on walls and posters. His name was turned into a chant. Iran promised revenge, and in workshops hidden away, engineers got back to work, building the next round of weapons to send south. Because here, revenge isn't an answer, it's a habit. Months later, when things finally went quiet, analysts started connecting the dots. The attacks in the Red Sea had dropped. Not gone, but fewer. A small pause in a fight that never really ends. Supply routes stabilized. For the first time in years, cargo ships moved with fewer escorts. The operation had achieved its immediate goal, but it also revealed something larger. In modern warfare, geography no longer protects. Borders, distance, and sovereignty mean little against eyes in the sky. And code running through fiber optic cables, wars fought in shadows, with information, deception, and the silent pull of a trigger halfway across the world. And in that shadow war, Mossad's operation in Yemen became a symbol, not of victory or defeat, but of inevitability. Because every time one mastermind falls, another rises. One operation ends, and another quietly starts. The people may change, but the fight doesn't. Al-Ghamari's death didn't end the war. It just shifted how it was fought. The Houthis adjusted, Iran dug in deeper, and Israel kept its eyes on the horizon. The Red Sea, once just a trade route, had turned into a chessboard for nations, where every move had consequences on the world's economy. For Mossad, Operation Desert Hammer became just another story that would never be written down, and never officially exist. There would be no medals, no public heroes, only quiet acknowledgement in the shadows. Was it justice, or was it simply another spark in an endless fire? Tell us in the comments down below. If you found this story fascinating, make sure to like and share the video, subscribe, and join us to discover more hidden stories like this.